You wake up every day chasing something. More money, more attention, more validation, more success. And the harder you chase it, the more it slips away. That's the trap nobody warns you about. The desperate need to get something is often the exact reason you don't have it. Stoicism teaches a brutal truth. Attachment creates suffering. When your happiness depends on outcomes you can't control, your mind becomes weak, anxious, and restless. But the moment you stop gripping so tightly, something strange happens. Opportunities begin to appear. People start respecting you differently. Peace enters your life. Because what you desperately chase controls you. And what controls you, owns you. Think about modern life for a second. Everyone is addicted to pursuit. Social media teaches you that your worth depends on likes. Hustle culture tells you to sacrifice your peace for success. Relationships become emotional battlefields because people are terrified of losing each other. Nobody knows how to let go anymore. And that desperation leaks into everything. You text too fast. You overthink every conversation. You force outcomes. You panic when things don't happen instantly. But the Stoics believed that inner calm creates outer power. When you stop acting from fear, you move differently. You become centered, unshaken, magnetic. Because confidence isn't loud chasing energy. Confidence is calm detachment. A young man once spent years trying to become successful. Every morning he woke up stressed, comparing himself to others online. He watched people his age buying cars, traveling the world, building businesses. And deep down, he felt behind. So he worked harder, slept less, forced everything. But no matter how much he achieved, the anxiety never disappeared. Then one day, exhausted, he stopped. He stopped obsessing over timelines. Stopped needing approval. Stopped trying to prove himself. Instead, he focused only on what he could control: his discipline, his thoughts, his actions. Months later, opportunities started finding him naturally. Not because the universe magically rewarded him, but because desperation was no longer poisoning his energy. And this is where most people misunderstand Stoicism. Detachment does not mean laziness. It does not mean giving up on your dreams. Marcus Aurelius never said, "Do nothing." He said to focus on your effort, not your obsession with the result. There's a massive difference. A farmer plants seeds, waters them, and protects them. But he cannot scream at the ground demanding faster growth. That's what most people do with life. They try to force timing, force love, force success, force recognition, and when life doesn't obey their schedule, they break emotionally. Stoicism teaches patience because nature itself moves patiently. If this message already speaks to something deep inside you, subscribe to the channel. Because in a world addicted to noise and chaos, mastering your mind may become your greatest advantage. One of the strongest signs that you're attached is anxiety. Anxiety is often the fear of losing what you don't even fully have yet. You fear rejection before speaking. Fear failure before starting. Fear abandonment before love even begins. The Stoics understood that fear multiplies when your identity becomes tied to external things. That's why Epictetus said, "When you kiss your child, remind yourself they're mortal." Not to make you cold, but to make you grateful without becoming emotionally enslaved. Imagine loving fully without fear controlling you. Imagine working hard without your peace depending on results. That's freedom, real freedom. And ironically, people are drawn to those who don't desperately need them. Think about it carefully. The person who begs for validation often gets ignored. But the person who remains calm, grounded, and self-respecting naturally commands attention. Why? Because emotional independence is rare. Most people are starving emotionally. They cling, they chase, they panic. Stoicism teaches you to become whole within yourself first. And once you do, you stop radiating neediness. You stop trying to force connections. And suddenly, relationships become healthier because they're built on choice instead of fear. There's also another hidden truth nobody talks about. The obsession with getting something usually blinds you from appreciating what you already have. You become so focused on the next achievement that life starts feeling empty. You tell yourself, I'll finally be happy when I get there. But there is always another there. Another goal, another level, another desire. That cycle never ends unless you end it consciously. Stoicism reminds us that peace is not found in future possessions. Peace is found in mastering the present moment. The present is the only thing you truly own. A man chasing a butterfly scares it away. But when he sits quietly in the garden, the butterfly may land on him naturally. That image perfectly explains life. Desperation repels. Calmness attracts. This applies to money, relationships, opportunities, even happiness itself. When your energy screams, I need this to feel complete, you suffer. But when you say, I will give my best, and accept whatever comes, your mind becomes powerful. Because now you are no longer emotionally dependent on outcomes. You become untouchable. If you've ever felt exhausted from overthinking, chasing, and trying to control everything, take a moment to subscribe. This channel exists to help you develop the mindset that modern society forgot: inner peace, discipline, and emotional strength. Now here's the paradox. The things you stop chasing often come faster. Not because of magic, but because detachment changes your behavior. You stop making desperate decisions. You think clearly. You communicate better. You become patient. And patience is a superpower today. Most people ruin opportunities because they cannot tolerate uncertainty. They want immediate reassurance, immediate success, immediate results. But nature does not rush. The Stoics knew that mastery takes time. A diamond forms under pressure and patience. So what should you do starting today? Stop measuring your worth by outcomes. Stop begging life to move faster. Stop trying to control people's opinions of you. Focus on your actions, your habits, your character, your peace. Learn to enjoy the process instead of emotionally clinging to results. Because once your happiness is no longer held hostage by external things, you become dangerous in the best possible way. Calm, focused, free. And maybe that's the real secret nobody teaches us. The moment you stop trying to force life, life begins to flow. The moment you stop chasing validation, you discover self-respect. The moment you stop obsessing over happiness, you finally feel peace. Stoicism is not about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming unshaken. Because when nothing external controls your inner world anymore, you unlock a level of strength most people never reach. Subscribe for more timeless Stoic wisdom that helps you master your mind, control your emotions, and build a life of true inner power.